So in this video, we're going to go through the debugging window in JWEI's JWCAM. So to find that, we need to open JWCAM, we need to go to Operation window, and then under non-functions, you'll find debugging. So this is where we do all of our tool depths and compensations. Over the left-hand side here, we have our depths. So these are our current values. Now these numbers will change, especially if you're using the tool depth pad. So knife is the K position on the head, router is the K2 position, and VCut1 is the K1 position. It's currently in VCut1 because that's the tool that I have in my machine. If I was to press cancel, go to tool parameter, and go to tool set at the bottom here, I could change that back to knife 1. Press apply, press OK, and then in debugging you'll see now you have knife, knife 1, router, K, K1, K2. Now I need to change that back because I do actually have the VCut tool in the machine. Apply, yep, done. So to change these values or to lift the tool up and down, we have these arrows here. Now pressing on the down one, holding that down will bring the tool down further towards the belt. And the same obviously with the up. We can also use the page up and page down keys on our keyboard. Normally what I do is I'll bring it visually down towards the belt, and then when I'm getting close, I'll then use the fine tuning button to really slow down the speed of that tool as it comes down. We then have our movement buttons, just as we do normally over here. And we can change the speed of that as well here, but we can also use the fine tuning button, and that will affect this movement as well as this movement. Then on the right hand side we have our test buttons. So the first one is knife, which is for the K position. That will put the knife down into the cutting position that you've just set here. You have knife power, which turns on the power for that tool if it's something like the EOT, for example. You then have knife 1 and knife 1 power, which will be for the K1 position. You have router and router power, which is for the router. You must launch the router first and start the power first before you put the router down. Then we have wheel, which would be if you have the crease wheel in this K position, which we don't normally do. And then we have wheel 1, which is if it's in the K1 position, which we do. Same with the VCut and the VCut1. Currently have VCut1 in, that's why I can click that button. Then we have pen, which is for our pen tool. Then we have a series of punch tools. We have a knife 2 position for machines, other JWEI machines that don't have a router. We have a V-punch tool, V-punch again, and different types of punch tools. Then we have our suction. Now, before we do any of these sort of tools into position, I'd normally recommend that we turn our suction on. That suction there is the same suction as this, so it's our vacuum area. Now we do have to make sure that our zones are correct. So if you're testing over in this area here, make sure that that vacuum zone is actually on. Then we have blow, which lifts up the bed, just like our button here. We have clamp, which clamps the side of the belt using the two sort of clamps at either end. Wheel power, this is for a powered crease wheel tool. Vacuuming, which is the same as this vacuuming here, which turns our fez tool on. Oil, which we don't use on this machine. Collet will open and close the collet on the router. Feeder is to basically feed the bed, but we don't use that one. Compress is going to compress the fence onto the bed. And the same with these change and passive cut, change knife, guard bar. We don't use those for this machine. Same as feed and receive. So the ones we're going to use most in this are knife, knife power, knife 1, knife 1 power, router, router power, wheel 1, VCut1, suction, and that's probably about it. Now at the bottom section of the debug window, you'll see that we've then got our compensation value, which is here. So I don't normally change anything to do with seat or seat 1, I leave that as it is. But to change the compensation value, we need to double click on the tool depth compensation, and then we need to put in our password. The password on this machine is 6 number 8s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 8s. You'll now see I've got that available. So the compensation value is going to compensate what we've just set up in here. So if you set the knife, you've cut through some paper, and you find that 44.83 is the perfect cutting pressure for the paper. You want it to basically do it so every time you set it with the tool depth pad, it's going to bring you back that number. So we do that with our compensation. That then means that even if the blade is longer or shorter, it will still come back cutting at the same position. It will change this number, but it will compensate it to whatever it needs to be. So if the blade is 5mm longer, in theory, it's going to add 5mm or take 5mm away from the tool height. We can also do our tool depth in here to test that. Once you've done anything, that if you changed anything, you press apply, then you press OK, then you press, and it will shut down the software, or you can press cancel to then get out of that without saving any changes. So that's a bit of an in-depth run through of our debugging window in JWCAM.